Okay guys, this is going to be another audio test. I put my other video out on the audio test and audio did just fine. I do follow a couple guys on YouTube that have got really good audio, and I saw one of them do a covered what equipment he used, and I ordered the same mic that he uses. Found one on Amazon, which is the exact same mic, one for like 25, 26 bucks. So I ordered it to try it out, and I don't know, we'll see how it does. I may end up taking this one off and putting the other one back on. The other one was so hot that I had to kind of engineer it a little bit to try to muffle it down some, and I may have to do the same thing with this or just revert back to the other mic. But I'm trying different settings on them, whether it be mono and stereo, etc. So we'll kind of see how it does. Like I said, I may keep this one, I may go back to the other one. But just out today is 54 degrees here in town. Just had to come run a little errand, pick a couple things up, and going to talk about, going to do a few videos here kind of reviewing some of the stuff that I've put on the bike since I've had it. Talked a little bit in the other video about the windshield that I'm running, so I'm going to talk about it and kind of give you guys a review on that. Like I said, some other stuff that I put on the bike, kind of give you my, what kind of experience I've had with them. That's one thing I do, if I go to looking for something, man, I check out, every kind of review that I can find, whether it be, just on the website, Amazon, or the company website, or whatever it is, and try to get as much feedback as possible before I spend my money on something. So but yeah, just running a little errand here, so I'm gonna do that, and we'll check out this windshield, talk about it a little bit. Alright, so here we are, pulled off the road here. We're gonna look at the windshield that I'm running. I talked about this in my audio test video, but just wanted to touch base on this. This is running the Freedom Shields 8-inch touring width windshield, and of course they make like a regular, it's not a touring width, that'll come up right here, even with the fairing, where the stock windshield came up from. This one just gives you a little bit of added width to it. And the 8-inch is just right. Comes up, this is the dark tint, so it does look, if you're looking back from it a ways, you can kind of see through it with the sunlight, but when it doesn't have sunlight behind it, it does look pretty dark, which was the look I was going for. Yeah, I can see over it probably about 2 inches. I'm 5'11". I do have a not the stock seat. I've got a lower profile aftermarket seat that's extended reach, which we'll probably talk about in another video. But windshield's working out really good. Like I said in the other video, I got it in probably about a week before I left to go to North Carolina up to Tennessee. So I got that on the road and tested it out, and just look, never mind the bike, man, this thing is so dusty. I know it needs to be washed, so don't hate on me. But yeah, I got it in before that, got it out on the road and tested it out. Was really pleased with it, and the whole trip up there, man, thing did phenomenal. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and get my errand run, and we'll get out on the on the road here after a while, and I'll kind of show you guys, you know, kind of where the wind pocket is on it, where it's throwing the wind to. When I first got it, I wasn't sure, you know, if I was crazy about it or not, but the thing grew on me. You know, I was running, when I actually had this, I had a the stock, I believe it was a wind splitter windshield, which is about a 6-inch or 6.5, whatever they come in, which looked good on the bike. But you know, it was, at that time I was wearing like a beanie helmet. Man, me and the guys would get out and ride all day. That thing would beat me to death, especially, you know, like my ears would be hurting from the wind hitting them and stuff. So I knew I wanted to go with a different type windshield. I'll tell you guys, I did order one of the cheap windshields off of Amazon. It was a 9-inch windshield. Man, that thing, I like the looks of it. The looks of it was, you know, I was pleased with that because it was tall enough. It had a really pronounced curve in it up here. But that thing, dude, it was like when you got back, say from, you know, right here, looking through it, even if you were sitting on the bike. But dude, it was a dirty brown color, and just ugly. And the you know, acrylic or plastic, whatever, right up here at the very top in the middle was probably about that thick. And with the really pronounced curve it had in it, it was really, really distorted. So if you were sitting on the bike looking through it, and the looking above it was fine, but you could forget seeing anything through the windshield because it was just so distorted you couldn't make anything out, man. But that's, so I decided to get rid of that and go with another type of windshield. And I was thinking about, you know, everything I was seeing online was talking about the how everybody was running the Clockworks, and I really liked the looks of the Clockworks. But I thought, well, man, you know, they were what, $200. And I saw a guy give a review on these, and I checked them out, and they were a little bit cheaper. Of course, it was still, you know, by the time tax and shipping and everything, it was about $160, I think, is what I gave for this one. But wanted to try it out, and I'm really pleased with it. But yeah, like I said, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to go run this errand, pick up a couple things I need to get, and then we will get out on the road, and I'll kind of show you guys where this thing throws the wind to. Okay guys, so talking about the windshield here, going down the 4-lane, it is, I'm running 65, and this windshield, like on the sides of it, wind is hitting my hand. It's coming around the edge of that windshield, probably right here about where the edge of the mirror is. So it's blocking just a little bit of wind off your hands. Tell you what, let me just go on down a little bit. I was going to turn right here. We'll going down the road a piece. Yeah, it's hitting maybe right about, you can feel it coming around the windshield right about here, just right to this side of the mirror. As far as where it's throwing it on top, the other windshields I was running were hitting me kind of in the forehead. This one is going, feel the wind going right up above the top of my helmet. I don't know if my other camera's catching this, but maybe right about here. So you got no wind whatsoever hitting your helmet from the front. It's all going right over the top of my helmet, and you know, no head buffeting at all. So that's really great. You know, you're going on longer rides, you don't have to deal with your wind slapping you in the head. And I don't know if, like I mentioned, maybe mentioned earlier, you know, if I ever ride with my, you know, my beanie helmet on, which I do a lot of times. You know, if I ride to work, a lot of times, especially in the summertime, you know, I'll wear it. Find my gear there. I'll wear it, you know, to work and back. From just making a short run, you know, running down to the store or something. I'll wear it with me. And on the other windshields I had, man, it was just, I could spend all day, because I'd have to wear shades, you know, and stuff. And after having the helmet on, the beanie helmet all day, wearing shades, man, I would have just a lot of pain right behind my ears where those glasses went, and the wind slapping me in the ears all day. And it was you know, I'd ride for several hours. You know, I'd need a Tylenol or something. This windshield, the Freedom Shields, 8-inch, man, it's been great. Like I said, of course you can see looking through it. I don't know if you can tell or not in the video, but you can see through it just fine. You know, if there was something in the road, you know, you'd still be able to see it. Like I said, on the Amazon windshield that I had, you know, you can forget that. As things were going to be so distorted, I mean, you can hang that up. And also, it was kind of disorienting too. You know, if you were coming up to something, if you were watching like the edge of something over here, even the edge of the road, or something, you know, once it entered the field of that windshield, man, it was all over the place. So it was kind of disorienting. And another thing with the Amazon shield too, before I had my full helmet and was running this camera on the helmet, I had this camera mounted over here, and would always catch the edge of the windshield in the frame. And you go back and look at the video, the other windshield, you can see this one vibrate some too. Of course, man, you got wind going against something, and the vibration of the bike, you're going to see something, you know. But the other one, man, it was so distracting. All you could see in the videos was the windshield vibrate. But this one I'm really pleased with this one. If you're seeing this and you're thinking about maybe going for a different type of windshield, maybe you don't like the Clockworks. I don't know anybody that doesn't like Clockworks, but if you don't like that style, or if you're looking for something that may be, you know, a little bit cheaper than a Clockworks. Say definitely, man, try these Freedom Shields out. And another thing that they've got, the company's got, which is kind of unique, when I put this thing on, the holes matched up perfect, man. I mean, the fairing wasn't bowed out or anything. Matched up to the holes really good. And these Freedom Shields have actual holes drilled in the bottom of the windshield where you mount them at. You know, a lot of windshields have a slot that just kind of goes down over where the bolt goes through, and Freedom Shields has actual holes because you have to get the bolt right through it. But man, it was a perfect fit. Holes matched up perfect, and when I tightened it up, you know, there's no gaps between the fairing and the windshield. It just fit the curvature of the fairing perfectly. And one of the unique things I think it's unique about Freedom Shields is, you know, a lot of places tell you, if I'm correct in this, and you know, if I'm not, you know, you can let me know, but a lot of places, you know, if you mount it on the bike, you know, you own it. Freedom Shields will tell you, mount it on the bike, ride with it, you know, see if it's what you want, you know, if it's what you're looking for. If it's not, as long as all of the protective film on it is still in place, you can return it, you know, and either get a refund or an exchange it, you know, for a different size or something, different height, different type of windshield. So that's pretty great in my opinion. You know, if you get to order something and put it on your bike and ride with it and see if you like it or not, and then if you're able to exchange it, hey, how can you go wrong? But anyway, yeah, I guess we'll wrap this up. That went a little bit longer than I intended to go, but check them out, man. If you're looking for something different type of windshield to run, I can highly recommend the Freedom Shields 8-inch touring width windshield. Of course, they sell them in different, you know, you can get them clear or a light tint. I think they sell a medium dark tint and then a dark tint, and I've got the dark. That's just, you know, what I wanted to get. And check them out. Fixing to hit the roughest section of road here in Pontotoc County. So you guys have a great day. Appreciate you watching.